Have you ever looked at those people who seem to have it all figured out? The great career, the happy family, the time for hobbies, and wondered what's their secret? You're working just as hard, maybe even harder, but you feel like you're constantly juggling, dropping balls, and just trying to stay afloat. The truth is, their secret isn't some magic trick or a personality hack. It's that they've installed a completely different operating system in their brain. Today, we're going to unpack that system, using one of the most influential books ever written. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for the simple, powerful habits that can completely change how you approach your life, especially the final one that ties everything together. So what's this broken operating system that most of us are running on? It comes down to a simple, ancient fable about a goose that laid golden eggs. Imagine your life is that goose. Most of us are obsessed with the golden eggs, the money, the promotions, the immediate results. We push ourselves to the limit, sacrificing sleep, health, and relationships just to get one more egg right now. This is the golden egg mindset. But what happens when you focus only on the eggs? You neglect the goose. And a sick, exhausted goose can't lay any more eggs. Think about it. Every time you skip a workout to meet a deadline, you're starving your health goose. Every time you scroll on your phone instead of connecting with your partner, you're weakening your relationship goose. A shocking Harvard study found that top executives who sustain their success over the long haul invest at least 20% of their time in goose-feeding activities, like learning, networking, and self-care. In contrast, those who hit a career wall spend over 90% of their time just chasing the eggs. The first major mindset shift is realizing that true effectiveness is a balance. It's about getting the eggs, yes, but more importantly, it's about nurturing the goose that lays them. This brings us to the very first habit, and it's the foundation for everything else, being proactive. When life throws you a curveball, your boss criticizes your work, you get stuck in traffic, what's your first reaction? Is it to blame the situation, to feel like a victim? Most people live in what's called a victim script. It's always someone else's fault. But here's the secret. Between what happens to you and how you respond, there is a space. In that space is your power to choose your response. And that choice is everything. Proactive people don't blame the traffic. They use the time to listen to a podcast. They don't complain about a tough boss. They figure out what they can learn from the situation. They are the directors of their own life movie, not just passive actors reading someone else's lines. Interestingly, psychologists have found that our brains are literally wired with a self-protective bias to blame others when things go wrong. Overcoming this instinct is the first step to taking back control. Once you realize you're the director, you have to decide what kind of movie you're making. This is the second habit. Begin with the end in mind. So many people spend their lives climbing the ladder of success, only to get to the top and realize the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. They achieve the career, but lose their family. They make the money, but lose their health. To avoid this, you need to define your own version of success. What really matters to you? This leads directly into the third habit. Put first things first. Imagine your day is an empty suitcase. You have big rocks, your most important goals. You have small pebbles, urgent but less important tasks. And you have sand, the daily distractions. Most of us fill our suitcase with sand and pebbles first, and then we're shocked when the big rocks don't fit. We live our lives as firefighters, constantly running from one urgent crisis to the next, feeling busy but never making real progress. Highly effective people are architects. They schedule their big rocks first. They spend their time on things that are important, but not yet urgent, like exercising, learning a new skill, or spending quality time with loved ones. Doing this prevents many future crises from ever happening in the first place. But life isn't a solo movie. We all have a supporting cast, which brings us to the habits of interacting with others. The fourth habit is to think win-win. So many of us are taught to see life as a competition, a zero-sum game where for me to win, you have to lose. If a friend gets a promotion, a small part of us feels a sting of jealousy. A win-win mindset understands that the pie isn't fixed. There's enough success to go around. This way of thinking is built on trust, which is the currency of all relationships. And you build that trust with the fifth habit: seek first to understand, then to be understood. This is so simple, yet so rare. Most of us don't listen with the intent to understand. We listen with the intent to reply. We're like a doctor who writes a prescription before hearing the symptoms. True connection happens when you genuinely try to see the world from another person's eyes. When you combine a win-win attitude with a deep desire to understand others, something magical happens. Synergy. This is the sixth habit. Synergy is the idea that 1 + 1 can equal 11. It's where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's not about compromise, where everyone loses a little. It's about creative cooperation, where different perspectives come together to create a solution that is far better than what any single person could have created alone. Studies on innovation show that the most creative teams are not the ones where everyone agrees, but the ones where diverse opinions are welcomed and combined to create something new. Finally, we have the habit that holds it all together: sharpen the saw. A woodcutter who is too busy chopping down trees to sharpen his saw will soon find himself working harder and harder for less and less result. You are the saw. You need constant renewal. This happens in 4 key areas: your body, exercise, nutrition, sleep; your mind, reading, learning, writing; your heart, building relationships, serving others; and your spirit, meditation, time in nature, connecting with your values. Neglecting any one of these areas is like driving a car with a flat tire. You won't get very far. True success isn't a destination. It's a continuous process of growth and renewal. So what's the big takeaway? The secret to an effective life isn't about time management hacks. It's about changing your core principles. It's about nurturing the goose, not just chasing the golden eggs. It's about choosing to be the director of your life, focusing on your big rocks first, and creating synergistic, win-win relationships. Here's a challenge for you. Pick just one small thing you can do this week. Maybe it's scheduling 30 minutes to work on an important, non-urgent goal. Or maybe it's truly listening to someone without planning your reply. What do you think? Which of these habits resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if this gave you a new perspective, please hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into living a better, more intentional life. See you in the next one.